Ayo! And what is up, gang? Thank you so much for joining me here on Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Tuesday, December the 19th, 2017, and we are here to discuss tonight's SmackDown Live, and it was not great. Let's get into it and waste no more time right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of the YouTube wrestling community. You know it. You love it. It is the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So, let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is my little buddy, my trusty companion, and the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, and we are here to talk about tonight's SmackDown Live from the Prudential Center in New Jersey. Just a short, 40 minutes away from my house, and I'm glad that I was not there, because tonight's show was not good. SmackDown has fallen under this sort of spell where they feel like their show doesn't need to make sense, and the show doesn't matter because we're going to just have decent wrestling. There was no real great match tonight. The main event, as far as the wrestling goes, was actually pretty good. But let's talk about that main event for just 1 second. Two nights in a row, the shows of the WWE featured the exact same main event. It must have been Teddy Long Appreciation Week, and they just maybe failed to remind everybody of that for some reason. Maybe it's Teddy Long's birthday this week. I don't know. I didn't look into it because it ain't that important. What else isn't that important is the way they've been going around booking these shows. Now, I know it's Christmas time and they take that lackadaisical attitude about the show in and of itself, and they don't feel like it's that important. They're losing viewers because of, shopping, I guess, because it's Christmas. There's nothing head-to-head with them on Christmas that they should feel any sort of a threat to the ratings, so I don't understand why they have to phone in these shows week after week after week as we wind down the year and are supposed to be setting up the road to WrestleMania, but instead we're just sitting in a loop of the same exact show over and over and over, and nobody wants to talk about that. You had 2 6-person tag team matches last night. 2 on the same show. And then you have the balls to have the same match booked for the main event of the show on the following night. A show that would not feature one singles match. A show that would not give us any information about the 2 people that challenged for the United States Championship last night. I'm sorry, the Bobby Roode challenge. Baron Corbin lost the United States Championship last night. We have no idea how he feels about it, what he's going to do about it. Nothing. Nothing at all. He made a veiled threat to Dolph Ziggler after losing the belt at the Clash of Champions. And now tonight, Dolph Ziggler leaves the United States Championship in the middle of the ring and apparently walks out because we don't deserve him. We don't deserve him. You don't deserve us, pal. We got a lot to say about that. I don't understand why they are so lacking in fresh and new and different ideas from one night to the next. Every single week since maybe mid-November, it has just been an echoing of last week's bad show. Usually we see this trend in the women's division since we've had the dual call-ups of the 3 women team of Absolution and the Riott Squad, pretty much mirroring each other's actions week to week. And now we have the main event of the show doing the very same thing. 3 6-person tag team matchups in 24 hours does not make for good wrestling. That being said, tonight's 6-man match featured 5 of the greatest wrestlers in the world today, 5 of the best in the business, and Jinder Mahal. Last night, we had 5 of the top guys in the business and Jason Jordan. In both scenarios, it featured one guy that nobody wants to see, and then just put everybody else that everybody pretty much came to see in the one match that's going to close out the end of the night. The wrestling on the match was okay, but having so many 6-mans and blatantly just throwing it out there at us. Like, come on. Be original, at least from one day to the next. It's bad enough you're copying each show from week to week. Now you're doing it one night after the other. Completely unoriginal, completely unimaginative. You know, take Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton out of that main event and give us that straight up tag team matchup. I would have been all in on it. I would have been fine. I'm tired of seeing Randy Orton lumped in with Shinsuke Nakamura. It just, I hate it. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't need a rub off of being aligned with Randy Orton. Neither does AJ Styles. You have AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura as a tag team going up against Owens and Zayn. I would have been fine with that as the main event tonight. Unnecessarily adding Jinder because you got nothing else for him to do outside of this imagination of him challenging for the WWE Championship again. Outside of that, why is he in this match? He lost last night. He's not the number 1 contender. His storyline with AJ should be over. He should not have been in this match. Same thing with Randy Orton. Who cares about Randy Orton? I don't give a shit about his new little hairdo coif sticking up, right? I don't care that he's trying to copy Corey Graves in his selection of hairdos. I don't care. Good guy Randy Orton makes me want to vomit. Good guy Randy Orton is so not genuine. He is so fake and phony. You could see it in his eyes. He has the eyes of a killer. He has the eyes of a sadistic person. I know Randy Orton is a well-known family man backstage now. You know, this guy's mature. He's found the woman that completes him. He's got a nice little family going on. But I don't want to see that from Randy Orton when he's in the ring. I don't want to see him doing the Shinsuke Nakamura on the top rope, looking like a complete spazoid. Absolutely cringe watching the Viper trying to emulate Shinsuke Nakamura. It's probably worse than me doing it here right now. I hate them sometimes. I hate the WWE sometimes because it just makes my brain want to implode when I see what they're putting out and what they feel is a good show. I'm sure, as always, some of you guys felt like tonight was a good show. You got fooled by the decent wrestling that we had tonight. But the fact that we had all tag team matches, you don't see that as a problem? They have absolutely no direction. They're just lumping everybody together and throwing them in one match after another. The only type of direction you could see in any way would be in the tag team division. But, once again, as I have said maybe 100 times this year, because this is the WWE's go-to move to do this, Gable and Benjamin defeat the tag team champions clean, pin the shoulders of the best tag team in the industry right now. For what? And why? There is no reason why this match should have taken place. Now, I know I was all over this match. I was actually very much looking forward to this match for Clash of Champions. And their contest tonight, although it was short and interrupted by the picture-in-picture commercial deal that they got going on, which is a whole nother story. I didn't mind that at first. I thought it was going to be a good idea, but now it annoys the shit out of me. Because I can't really focus on the action. I got a 60-inch big screen TV and I got to watch it in a 6x6-inch square while friggin' KFC is huge in the corner. It should be the opposite. Especially since they have the audio dominating during the commercial. But this match, outside of those complaints, was a decent match. It was very good. It would have been better if it were contested for the titles at the pay-per-view. And I would have been fine if you would have gave the belts to Gable and Benjamin and started a program of the Usos trying to get the titles back from Gable and Benjamin. But instead you have the Usos dominate the only other teams in the division all at the same time. They beat all three of their contenders on one night, but then they lose tonight to Gable and Benjamin. I don't get it. Why not have the Usos relax now? Like I said, they just defended the titles at the pay-per-view, which was just 48 hours ago. They're the champs. Let them sit back and relish in their glory. While Gable and Benjamin now have to reprove that they were the number one team. Let them have been the ones to go against Aiden English and Rusev instead of the New Day. And instead of giving us a bullshit comedy match, instead of what could have been a great match. Coming off of what we've seen in the Fatal 4-Way, these were two tag team matchups that had unlimited potential to be great tonight. But you got the New Day coming out dressed up as all this Christmas shit. Kofi Kingston looked like a retarded gingerbread man. I didn't even know it was a gingerbread man until somebody brought it to my attention. Absolutely horrendous. Looked like a big walking vagina. Absolutely terrible. Kofi Kingston looked ridiculous. Big E in that elf costume. Alright, amusing, fine. Xavier Woods with the broken reindeer ears that weren't even sticking up. Alright, fine, whatever. You want to be funny? I get it. You do the whole backstage skit. It made me laugh. It made me laugh when Rusev came out dressed as Rusev Claus, and he had Aiden English, the snowman, Frosty, the singing snowman, next to him. Absolutely ridiculous, but it got a chuckle out of me because Rusev is great. Rusev is great, and he's having a lot of fun, and it's translating, and it's making me have fun watching Rusev. And the way he plays off the New Day is absolutely great. I did not mind the backstage interaction. But when they brought the comedy to the match, it pisses me off. I did not expect them to give us this bullshit holiday comedy nonsense. You are wasting that. We had absolutely nothing of importance really go down all night long. It was a useless show. It did absolutely nothing. We didn't get much of an explanation in what was going on with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Sure that he laid it out. You know, he was doing it. Daniel Bryan did what he did at the Clash in the best interest of SmackDown and to protect Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's like, I don't need your protection. And while we're on the topic of Shane McMahon, I said last night on the Monday Night Raw review, as I was talking a little bit about this scenario, that Shane McMahon has been letting his McMahon out. You know, he's been letting the little McMahon kind of come out of the little holes in his pockets and through his fly and showing his true colors because his blood is McMahon blood. I said that last night on the review, and Daniel Bryan now tonight in this little thing that started off the show tonight called him out on the exact thing. Left Shane McMahon kind of speechless. He would shake Daniel Bryan's hand, wish him good luck on the night, and then would walk away. Walk out, leaving the show in the hands of the general manager. After he pretty much shut him down in the middle of the ring, telling him right to his face that you want me to do essentially what's best for business. You're just not using those words. You are becoming just like your old man. I've been saying that. And it seemed as if the fans and the WWE writers and creative were not acknowledging any of this until this moment, but I don't see anything coming out of it. Obviously, it's not over. Next week, Shane McMahon is going to have something to say, something to do. He's going to interject somehow. Because Shane McMahon is the heel in this scenario. So Daniel Bryan's not going to turn heel. Did you hear the reaction for this man tonight? Every single time he steps foot in an arena, he is the clear-cut number one choice of the WWE Universe, even though he's not even wrestling anymore. You think making him be the antagonist, making him be the one doing backhanded and seemingly underhanded things is going to turn Daniel Bryan heel? No. The crowd will never turn on Daniel Bryan. You have no choice but to show Shane McMahon in that McMahon light and let it shine bright and let him be what he's supposed to be. A good McMahon is nauseating. Look at what we got with Stephanie last night. You know, I don't like seeing Stephanie anymore as it is. Even when she comes out as bitch Stephanie, it's eerie to watch. It grates on my nerves. Her voice has always been screechy and annoying, and her acting has always been subpar. But I would take that over this corporate, real life mom Stephanie. The mother hen Stephanie that feels like she's the head of this woman's evolution that's doing this woman's Royal Rumble. You want to hear more of my thoughts on that and why I think it's not actually a good idea right now, you can check all that out in the Raw review. I don't want to go through all that again. I do not want to touch on all of that again. I will, however, say I will give SmackDown credit tonight for being different in their booking of the women's division and not copying what happened last night and having all the girls in the ring because of the announcement and then having a brawl and blah, blah, blah. However, again, this match that we would get makes absolutely no sense. Naomi is replacing Becky Lynch because Becky Lynch is off filming a movie. So Charlotte does not have a best friend. Naomi, as we covered on the Clash of Champions review, is the only other babyface female on the roster. Literally, every other girl is on the other side of the fence. Every single one of them. So you decide to have a tag match in the women's division on SmackDown. Who else is going to partner with Charlotte Flair? The athleticism in the match was great. Naomi actually looked very good tonight. She looked better than Charlotte Flair, your world champion. She seemed a little off her game tonight. Her long and drawn out, sappy, good Charlotte promo about the Women's Revolution, Evolution, Royal Rumble news definitely didn't help because it's already begun, you guys. This is my problem with it. It's not about the Women's Royal Rumble. It's about the fact that the WWE is having a Women's Royal Rumble. Do you understand what I mean when I say that phrase? If you essentially were going to do this and do it right, you should have 30 women. You should not go outside of the format of the Royal Rumble. 30 women, a minute and a half between each entrant. We're not going to get that. We're going to get 20 women. That's being reported right now. It's going to be 30 seconds between entrants, I'm hearing. I mean, at least give the girls in the ring a minute. How fast are you going to fill up this ring just to get this over with? You have to treat it with the same respect. You have to have the talent to pull it off. You don't even have 30 women under contract, including NXT. If you decide to bring in a legend or two, who the hell's going to sit out if you're only going to have 20 women in the Royal Rumble? Like I said last night, I essentially don't have a problem with it. We're not going to go too much off on it again. You want to hear more, check out last night's Raw review. But it just doesn't make sense. And then they have this tag team matchup against Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad. The Pigeon Girls. I just can't deal with it. I really can't, you guys. I don't know if you can. Maybe some of you guys have an affinity for birds and maybe have a thing for Ruby Riott. Maybe you find Liv Morgan to be your cup of tea. Maybe you like a southern girl with a fake-ass southern accent that she doesn't even really talk with, that talks about barbecuing squirrels and snakes and stupid shit, and maybe that's your fancy too. Good for you. Good for you. I hope you enjoy Sarah Logan to the fullest, because I can't stand any one of them right now. I actually was starting to warm up on Ruby Riott down in NXT. She was starting to rub up on me in the right way. And I don't mean that inappropriately. It kind of came out wrong. But whatever. You know what I'm saying. And then they did this with her. And it's just ridiculous. And I don't want to see it. The show tonight was uneventful. meant nothing, it made no sense. We talked about Shane and Daniel Bryan. Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable defeating the Usos. We covered that. No really other reason to get real deep into it. It was a pretty straightforward match. It was good, and it's going to lead to a, hopefully, finally, tag team encounter, 2-on-2, not triple threat, fatal 4, 5-way tag team matchup. And maybe the Usos will retain their titles since they lost this match. Because I don't think it's time to take the belts off the Usos. I think Gable and Benjamin need to be that babyface chasing the belts. And you can build them up off of that. Get them over based off of that alone. We'll have to see where they go. Charlotte Flair and Naomi defeating Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. Pass. Don't care. Dolph Ziggler's championship celebration. Dolph Ziggler's championship celebration ends in confusion for most of us, and it makes the question of what they did on Sunday even bigger. Now, maybe they wanted to give Dolph one final moment. You know, they wanted to give him a nice epic goodbye as a thank you for your service, which is supposedly being said is the reason for why Kane's being put in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Thank you for your service. You're old, you're useless, and we can't use you anymore, but we're going to put you in the main event all month long. Congratulations, 20 years of service. Dolph Ziggler's 10 plus years of service in the WWE has earned him the right to strip the title from Baron Corbin, who wasn't really doing much with it anyway, but why put a speed bump in the guy's run if you're trying to build him up, and give it to a guy that's leaving? We all know his contract was coming up at the end of this year, and if this is the way he's walking out, part of me is like, well, you know, that's kind of cool, you know, to leave on a note like that. It's kind of never been done before, and walk out leaving your belt in there, but I have the strangest feeling that this is not over, and that Dolph Ziggler's going to end up back on TV next week. They had absolutely nothing more to say about the United States Championship after it was left in the ring. And here's where my problem with not having Bobby Roode or Baron Corbin on the show tonight at all comes in. There was your prime opportunity. The belt was in the ring. You could have had Baron Corbin come out and claim that it's his. Dolph Ziggler shouldn't have been in the match anyway. Just give it back to me. And then you have Bobby Roode follow suit, say, no. I clearly had the match won. You threw me out. This happened because of you. Blah, blah, blah. One-on-one match. Winner wins the title. Move along. If that's true, if this is truly the end for Dolph Ziggler, then goodbye, Dolph. I am very happy for him. I know it may sound a little sarcastic as I say adios, Ziggles, but it's going to be the best move he's ever made. The WWE has wasted away the character of Dolph Ziggler. He needs to go reestablish himself. I don't care if he goes to Ring of Honor, if he goes to New Japan. If he was smart, he would not exclusively sign with anybody and just dominate the world a la Cody Rhodes for the next couple of months until he really feels out each and every scenario and decides where to plant his boots. Maybe it will be across the ring from Cody Rhodes in Ring of Honor. Maybe we'll see him fighting Kenny Omega in New Japan. The possibilities for a person with the talent of Dolph Ziggler are endless on the independent scene. So that's where I do want to see him. I do not want to see him on SmackDown Live anymore. The WWE, much like what they've been doing with Bayley, I truly believe that somebody in creative, somebody in the WWE just does not like Dolph Ziggler. Maybe they don't like the name that he has. And whose fault is that? You gave him this ridiculous name, and he got this ridiculous name over. And now he's going to have to go and start from scratch, and he'll be fine. He will be fine. I'm sure if he is walking out, he's walking out with a smile and a chip on his shoulder. And it's going to be the best thing he ever did. So I don't feel bad for Dolph Ziggler. And I say goodbye. Hope to see you soon somewhere else. The New Day ends up defeating Rusev and Aiden English in this absolutely retarded comedy Christmas match, which has no place in wrestling. Now you got guys like Justin LaBar on Twitter saying very logical things. This is not anything against him. He's a very smart guy, and he definitely does sometimes make me see things from a different point of view. But he was pretty much saying that, it's Christmas time and the WWE does this, so what? And I say it's fine if they want to do the comedy stuff, but when the comedy stuff already happened backstage and it clearly established the match and build toward the match we are going to have on this night, there's no need for the comedy in the ring. This is the problem of Breezango. They make you laugh. They have these skits. We get the fashion police. And then we get them in the ring and they're dressing up like old ladies and they're dancing around and they're being buffoons when these guys are two of the best you'll ever see. And the same holds true with these teams. The New Day, each and every one of them are absolutely great. Rusev, fantastic. He's the Bulgarian Brute. I don't care that he's having a good time. I actually like that his personality is starting to come out a whole lot more. He's smiling. He's laughing. He's having fun. And it's making me have fun watching Rusev. So I don't mind it. What I do mind is when he goes to the ring and is made a joke of. It's much more easily digestible when you have these guys all dressed up as idiots in the back when they go out in the ring and tear it down. And give you a great match. Even if they wanted to stay friggin' dressed up, go ahead. But go out there and friggin' wrestle. Don't be spraying whipped cream on pancakes and smashing people's faces into them and just making stupid jokes, Christmas-related incidents. I don't care. I don't care. That's not why I watch wrestling. I watch wrestling to see some good wrestling. Fortunately, the main event tonight, aside from the fact that it was a 6-man tag again, and we had to go through this at the beginning of the show, so we're not going to go over this again. Why I hate the fact this was a 6-man tag. The Teddy Long special. This was actually a pretty good match. And how could it not be? You have AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura all in the same ring. You are going to be entertained. You are going to see some good action. When they decide not to go to commercial break. It was pretty good here. As you would expect, AJ, Randy, and Shinsuke got the win. The most interesting part of that match was the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura actually got the pin for once. Holy shit. We went off the air listening to Shinsuke's song. He actually scored a pinfall on somebody. Good for him. Maybe this is a sign of things to come. But I can't feel like that because the only signs I see are stop. Please stop this nonsense. What are you guys doing over there? Are you truly cruising to 2018? Because 2018 ain't looking any better. First pay-per-view of the year is going to be a triple threat match with a 50-year-old mayor who doesn't need to be challenging for the Universal Championship. He shouldn't even be given the opportunity for a Universal Championship. And a Women's Royal Rumble that is going to feature a majority of talent that is green as grass. That don't deserve to be there at all. That should not even be mentioned in the same sentence as Women's Champion right now. But they're going to be in the Royal Rumble. It's terrible. And that's all I got to say about that. We're going to wrap it up on that before I start just keep rambling on about how much this shit sucks. Because if you watch the show tonight, you know it sucked. You could be trying your best to pick and choose. Well, it was good over here and I enjoyed the Rusev thing and, the match at the end was great. Yeah, fine. But where are we going? Feels like we're going to hell. And fast. About as fast as Christmas is coming. I feel like I just brought my daughter to school for the first day this year yesterday, and here we are, 5 days away from Christmas Eve. Holy shit. And don't worry about the holidays coming around this weekend, because we will be here if any news drops, as we always do, to bring you the absolute best coverage of the news and rumors in the WWE and the entire world of sports entertainment, or as we like to call it, professional wrestling. Thank you guys so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is my little buddy and the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. Thanking you guys once again for checking us out here tonight. Don't forget to check out our sponsor. The link is in the description down below. Clutch Chairs, the finest video gaming back-fixing chairs you will ever get your eyes on. Make sure you check that link down below. Follow me on Twitter. At Nick Nightmare is the handle. You see how it is spelt right there. Don't forget to also check us out on Facebook. Follow us. Be a fan of the Facebook page. Interact with us over there. I am always available to see, and I am always welcoming of your comments, which I hope to see a ton of down beneath this video below. Don't forget to light up that comment section. Smash that thumbs up. Give it a super kick right in the mouth for me. Make sure that I feel that impact. Hit it so hard that I can feel it, baby, because I want to know how you feel about the show. Let me know if you enjoyed this broadcast. Obviously you did. We're a half hour in. You watched the whole show. You know that I'm a good watch. So share me with your friends, share this video, hit that like button, and as always, if you are not already a part of the Sledgehammer Club, we are over 300 members strong, and we are driving towards 500. We are trying to hit that 500 before the end of the night on December 31st. That was the goal for this year. We are almost there, and I hope that you can help us get there. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, ring that subscribe notification bell so that every single time a video just like this one or an even better one drops on this channel, you will be among the first to know, as that bell will go off in your pocket, on your laptop, on your TV, wherever you get your notifications, your tablet, wherever it is. It's going to go a-ga-bing, and you're going to know that the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show is live here for you, like we always do. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the #1 newest, fastest rising podcast on YouTube, baby. The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Have a good night. The news never stops. And when I click this button, we will be signing off. Thank you so much. See you next time.